Hello and welcome to News.
How about? It's called Gaming Weekly.
Yes.
Like the first episode of Gaming Weekly.
Right, like the industry we work in, the name is ever changing.
Yeah.
So after a month of intense title deliberations, here we are, and only a few rapidly healing stab wounds to show for
Oh
it.
boy, they're not really healing very well. I'm bleeding everywhere. That title beats our runner-up at least, which was...
Inside Game League fix.
Did we ever come up with that, Lawrence?
Came up with a lot of bad ideas.
It was on the short list.
Okay. Wow, that was a really, really long short list.
It's really just not as snappy. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
Yeah, whatever, it's settled, and we're back in the game journalism saddle. Here we are, we're riding that game journalism horse.
So as you look at Bruce gesturate strangely, you're probably wondering, what does that mean exactly? Well, it's not too complicated. We just re-upped our games journalist certifications.
We didn't do that.
No.
We never had a certification to begin with.
No, that means now that we are legally empowered by the state of California to deliver gaming news every week to you guys.
We're not. But it's all right, we're still doing it.
now-
What did I pay $20 for?
It's just us talking about the industry and dick jokes.
Right,
So,
it's really easy.
Just a little bit of ramen flavor on there for you.
But it's oh so much more than just gaming news. For the full details, Lawrence in the game zone. What's going on over there, Lawrence?
This is my wonderland. Yes, welcome to Gaming Weekly. So here's the idea. Since it's a weekly production, that means we have time to develop stories that break during the week. That means reaching out to people, doing interviews, requesting comments, doing a lot more than just reading Reddit threads, which is what a whole lot of games journalism amounts to these days. Also, yeah, gotcha.
Got 'em.
Fucking gotcha. There's
Got
gonna be
'em.
a whole lot of gotchas. Boom
got
gotchas. It's also streaming live right now, or if you're watching on YouTube, it was streaming live, so make sure to check that next week. But that means interactivity. So for some of this preview stuff, for some of these stories, we can actually answer your questions live or address them, provide additional clarification as opposed to just seeing your trolling ass shit in the comments after we record. Also, it's going to be more than just news. We're going to have reviews, previews, opinion pieces, op-eds, video essays. It's all going to be pretty truncated. The idea is that this will be the collection of all the work we do. And if you want to see the full form stuff, you can click out. We'll have all links and comments and stuff. This is your hub, though. It gives you all a little taste of everything. It's just like a circle of guys, and you just get to sample every little one of them.
Well, hold on, Alanah's in there too. Yeah, Alanah's not a
Guys
dude.
it's 2018, Bruce.
Okay.
Guys is no
we
longer
say
gender.
peoples.
Understood.
Dudes,
Uh,
welcome to the dude zone.
we already got a different show.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
have-
Anyway, we don't have like a graphics package or anything like that.
at
There's
all.
no lower thirds. I guess how will people know who we are?
Wait, hold on. Omar is getting a graphic from UPS. That's the way they come in, through the mail. So hold on, hit that graphic there, Omar. Let's see what it looks like.
I don't actually have a
He
graphic.
doesn't have one. Okay, I was about $30 down the drain.
You know what?
We spent $30 on nothing.
The joke still works.
Okay.
Anyway, no one said journalism was easy, but you know what is easy? Staring at throbbing horse balls in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's right,
Gross.
we got to play it.
Wow, man, I wish I could have seen those balls. Let's not waste any time. Alanah, get in here. We'll trade mics. Here, I'll give you this.
You guys gotta do this. Yeah, so Alanah and I got to play around about 3 hours of Red Dead 2, and it is a lot. All 8 of Rockstar Studios work together to deliver on 3 promises they say they've been aiming for since Grand Theft Auto 3. Seamlessness, powerful stories, and to have them feel like locations to visit as much as games to play.
And I think they nailed it. To paint a picture, Adam, you started out by arguing with a random NPC on horseback, which is a thing you can do now since
Yeah.
NPCs all react to you kind of based on context, based on where they are, where they're going, if they remember you from a previous interaction, and how you talk to them, which you have the option of selecting. You can kind of like escalate or de-escalate a conversation or just walk away, but they always have different things to say.
Yeah, they all just kind of naturally exist in the world. Most of them even have jobs that they'll actually go to. But after arguing with a couple of people on the open road, I saw some smoke on a hill nearby that I figured I would go check out. So I walked up there, found a guy camping. Again, this is all context-based, so there's no guarantee that the same guy will be there in your game. And then I burned him. I burned him real good. I really just whipped out my revolver, I shot him, and then I dragged his body onto a campfire just to see what would happen. And he burned. Like, the body like burned. It was cool.
I like how you were impressed. Meanwhile, I was just over the side, terrified, watching you do this to this nice man. But then you went and you hit him on the side of a mountain,
Yeah.
went back down that mountain with your horse, broke its leg on the way down because you were clumsy as hell, so had to use some kind of horse tonic to heal it, which was extremely stressful.
Yeah, like a steroid or something, but it's all fine because I did that, and yeah, the horse is fine. But that led me to going into town, where I took a very nice bath, which cleaned off all that blood and mud, so pedestrians didn't realize I was up to anything bad. But then I got a haircut, I mean, it's fine. I'm not a psychopath. You got to look good. I got a cool little mustache. It was nice.
It was actually.
Yeah, but that's just another example of how detailed the game is. You've probably already heard about this, but your hair now has to grow. It's kind of a real-time-ish thing in order to cut it shorter. So it's not like GTA Online or GTA 5, where you get your hair cut and they would just spawn hair. You now have to actually wait for it to grow out before you can do anything to it.
Yeah, you can take a tonic that makes your hair grow faster though, plus tonics for hiding your scent from animals when you're hunting, and a bunch of other canned goods. You can get all of that at a general store where most of the items are actually individually rendered, which we kind of freaked out about.
It was a little, yeah.
You can just pick stuff up and look at it and then put it back down, but everything individually.
I guess the last gen version of that is GTA, where you go into a store, you see all the clothes there, everything's there, but you don't interact with the individual items. Whereas in this game, if there's a can of food or a tonic you want to buy, you actually go up and you pick it up in LA Noire style. You move it around and you can look at all the detail that's there. It's insane.
It's wild.
It's crazy. Anyway, let's take a step back for a second here. We went from an area in the wilderness, talking to strangers, riding by, checking out campfires, and horse riding, all the way down to picking up a single can of fruit inside of a general store in a town, where each NPC has a role and different dialogue. And that was a really small chunk of what we managed to do. Just think about that.
Yeah, the detail is incredible to the extent that I think Rockstar has probably had trouble even marketing this game. There's so much to do, so much detail in all of it, and the whole thing looks so cinematic that when you're watching trailers, it's hard to fathom how much of that is actual playable video game. And the answer is pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
There were rumors that you can remove your HUD and NPCs will then give you more directions than they would normally if you had your HUD visible. Those actually aren't true. Basically, it's just if you have your HUD off of the screen, people seem to be noticing NPCs giving you directions more, but they will always give you directions.
Yeah, and then also turning the HUD off and on was one of the easiest things to do. It was
a button.
It was basically, you hold down the D-pad and then it gives you a selection on the right side of do you want a big compass, small compass, or no compass at all? And
or it's a mini map or a compass. You can also pull out a compass for northwest, southeast, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it that way.
Chat's asking if it's 60 FPS. Could you tell?
Could not tell. They didn't comment.
I didn't ask because it's not really a question I think you really ask when you're playing a earlier build of a game. It did look 4K. I'm pretty sure we were on an 85-inch TV that we're sitting right up next to. But kind of in the same vein of Breath of the Wild, you can't really see the frame rate. It just sort of plays seamlessly. I don't know if it's the same for everyone else, but when I played Breath of the Wild, I was I can't really tell what the frame rate is here just because the animation is so well done. Same with this game, it was just gorgeous. I imagine if and when it comes to PC, you'll get your 60 and unlocked FPS, but for now, I'm pretty sure they're gonna lock it around 30. Well, Alanah, thank you for getting me in there. It was my birthday and Christmas all rolled into one, where I got to be a psychopath and burn and kill a lot of things.
It was exciting, but I am all hyped out. Bruce, jump back in here.
There you go.
It's good to have someone fresh in because we got a pretty big story coming up.
Rooster Teeth's buying Chipotle?
No, close. Microsoft might be buying Obsidian.
Huh?
Obsidian, they made Alpha Protocol, Fallout New Vegas, South Park, The Stick of Truth.
Wait, what?
Lawrence, can you explain what's going on here?
Oh yeah, Obsidian. They're ex-Black Isle developers. We all know Black Isle. They made some of the best games ever, like Icewind Dale, and Planescape Torment, and Fallout 2.
I know that
I know
one.
of it,
Yeah, it's just all the good games. Obsidian's the best. After announcing at this E3, they basically picked up a slew of developers. They bought Undead Labs, who makes State of Decay, Playground Games, who makes Forza Horizon, Compulsion Games, makes We Happy Few, and Ninja Theory made Hellblade and a bunch of other awesome games like Enslaved and DMC Devil May Cry.
They bought all those studios. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So full transparency, this story isn't really confirmed. A Microsoft spokesperson said, quote, "We do not comment on rumors or speculation."
Normal.
And an Obsidian spokesperson said, and there's a little flavor on this one, quote, "Unfortunately, we don't comment on rumors or speculation other than to say that Rumors album by Fleetwood Mac still holds up."
Cool.
Well, yeah, it's the greatest album they've ever made.
It was a really good
Because
album.
they were all sleeping with each other. That's why it was good.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Is that why this is good?
It's all true.
Because we're all sleeping with each other?
That's been going on for years.
I don't know, this kind of comes at an odd time since just last year, Obsidian announced that it's developing a new RPG that would be published by Private Division, which is part of 2K.
Interesting. It could mean Microsoft buys that contract or not. We Happy Few was published by Gearbox, just as planned.
Yeah, when Kotaku contacted Private Division, they said, quote, "While it is not our policy to comment on rumors or speculation, we look forward to publishing the upcoming RPG from Obsidian Entertainment. and remain confident in the team there to deliver an outstanding game. Input.
Yeah, translation, we gonna get paid, sucker.
Yeah, it sounds like they are.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, Microsoft is going to acquire Obsidian in its current state while allowing it to satisfy its current business obligations, which makes total sense.
Yeah, believe it or not, Microsoft has a history of being surprisingly lenient in that regard. For example, Minecraft supports crossplay between Nintendo Switch and Microsoft Xbox.
Because of that.
Yeah,
Because of that.
always that.
That thing.
Always that.
Yeah, and if you want to throw it way back, Rare developed Viva Pinata Pocket Paradise on Nintendo DS back in 2008, which was published by THQ, RIP, well after they were acquired by Microsoft in 2002.
Oh yeah, so what's the deal? Is nice guy Microsoft just dumping sacks of money on developers, Lawrence?
Yeah, it actually sounds like that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And it might be working. Forza Horizon 4, which just came out, is from the recently acquired Playground Games, is the fastest selling game in the series, with just 2 million players in the first week.
Damn.
So I got a theory here. We've been talking about like games as service for a long time, Netflix of gaming and all that. Microsoft is doing that right now. They're building that service. They're buying all these developers because also at E3, they made the promise that all first-party games, all Microsoft Studios games, will hit Game Pass day and date. That's Sea of Thieves, that's Forza Horizon, and that's any game all of these dev studios make. So to me, they're channeling money into all the projects that make Game Pass an unresistible deal, and there's a reason for that too. So I got some numbers for you. So Microsoft quarterly results from Q4 2018 says that there are 57 million active users on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Really rough math, at $10 a month, that's $570 million in the quarter. Compare that to revenues that they get from Forza Horizon. If we take that 2 million players in the first week, just times it by 60, again, very rough math, $120 million in revenue. That doesn't even account for retail cut, which can take a significant portion away from that $60. Also doesn't account for collector's editions, but that's just rough math. So
Actually,
you're looking at,
Lawrence, you're saying 57 million people in the quarter,
sorry, yeah.
and that's $10 per month, so that's 3 months.
You're right.
So it should be way more than that.
You're absolutely
It's
right.
actually more like 1.5 billion.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
never mind, that blows it even more out of the water. So yeah, if you compare the two, 120 million in revenue for launching a full fucking video game versus 1.5 billion of just passive revenue of people paying for network services, it's pretty easy to see why Microsoft might be chasing that form of income versus releasing box products and expecting people to pay $60 for them each. Just for comparison's sake, PlayStation Plus drove 676 million in Q1 of 2018, which I think was last quarter.
Yeah.
Financial reporting is weird. Every company's on their own damn cycle. I don't know why that's never been
don't know.
standardized. Anyway,
I mean, while Microsoft and Sony continue to monetize the users they already have, Nintendo still continues to try to find its own toy in a sandbox that is progressively getting deeper and deeper every day. That's true. Yeah, idiots. But speaking of Sony, they're not taking any of that stuff lying down. No, they are finally going to let you change your PSN ID. This is a story. We're doing this, really?
They have Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2 on deck. Microsoft's got Crackdown 3, maybe?
There's that Halo Infinity.
Battletoads?
That
Gears of 5.
might be next holiday.
Battletoads?
We'll see.
Yeah, remember Battletoads?
I mean, I remember it, yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is that the theme? Hey, we gotta get our spirits back up, and what better way to do that than to blindly place hope that a sequel to a really old game is happening for pretty much no reason?
Yeah. That's right, Bruce. Rockstar finally listened to all of my tweets and decided to make Bully 2.
Did you like Bully? I didn't know you tweeted them every day.
You can kiss boys.
Every single day. Maybe not. This is a pretty spicy rumor, but it's a rumor nonetheless. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, folks. I think I'm going to. I'd like to believe everything.
Speaking of believing everything, what is being said on the internet, Alanah?
So a website called Rockstar Intel said they have reason to believe that casting calls related to Rockstar Games' upcoming title, Bully 2 have been released by a casting director who is not disclosing much information about the title of the developer, as is expected. So I did some digging and I found her on Twitter. Her name is Jessica Jeffries. She's a casting director. And the calls do mention the project being an unannounced video game title filming at Pinewood Studios in the UK with a leading UK games developer. And there are some references to schools, like a character who's a professor, another one who's a student, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like Bully.
Sure.
Yeah, who knows, are a bully-like? Yeah. Is that a thing? Anyways, either way, sounds like a video game is being made.
We're doing it.
And it has a school in it.
I do not have a reason to believe that they have reason to believe this is Bully 2. That could be pretty much anything.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe Guerrilla Games is making a going to school simulator? Yondir Simulator? Is it finally making it to the mainstream? Did we do it?
Though I guess Bully 2 has been rumored before. How long ago was that?
Like 5 years ago?
It's like every year. It gets
Yeah, it's
around.
like every year, right?
Yeah.
With some concept art that people tend to assume is from the game leaking last year from Twitter user Bully2Info.
These are websites? Okay. Oh no, there's a Twitter account, never mind. It's also just a pretty underrated game. I'm sure loads of people would be happy to see it again. So it's not like its mere existence is out of the picture. This source just doesn't have a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Alanah, are there any other specifics?
There are, and they're ones that kind of lead me to think that it's not Bully 2. So there's need for a 43-year-old male, a 22-year-old female, a 49-year-old male, and they're mostly listed as being likable, smart, isolated, having dealt with depression, like all of this stuff that makes me think it's more of a don't nod game than a Rockstar game. The listing also says of an 11-year-old character, mild violence and profanity will be used in scenes with the young performer. The project itself is a thriller/drama, and all scenes with the young performer will be handled with sensitivity, which, if I'm honest, doesn't really sound like a thing Rockstar would necessarily say.
Yeah, you're kinda right.
I did reach out to them. Can you guess what they said?
They say, what? You want to know?
We'll tell you everything.
I'm sending the documents over right now.
It wasn't that. No, they said they don't comment on rumors.
Ah, damn it. Fucking shit.
That's a bingo.
We could drop a journalism bomb on it. Boom. Jerba bombed?
Jerba bomb!
Is that what you wrote? Lawrence wrote Jerba.
Lawrence wrote that one.
Sounds
I'm
like
not-
a racial
I didn't write
slur.
that.
Or
No,
a
it's
drink he made at his cocktail class last night.
Oh boy, man, that was some fucking shit.
Walk a mile in a man's
Tell you all
shoes, huh?
about it.
Boy, what a rough life.
Well, now that we just boom gotcha to a rumor, which could still be true,
it could.
but probably isn't, we figure we would take a second at the end of the show to tell you what we're all about here on, what's the name of the show again? Gaming Weekly.
That's right, we're so fucking professional. We have an editorial message. Lawrence, get up here and bore the kids with your heartfelt message.
Hey guys, just wanted to let you know what's going on with this show. First of all, the schedule. So if you're watching live, you already know one part of it is that it's going to be live streamed every Thursday morning. That live stream will then basically go in its entirety on roosterteeth.com as video on demand, VOD. That will be viewable by Rooster Teeth First members. The live stream will be viewable by everybody. The reason for that is the live stream will have extended stuff in it. Like we're going to go back to Red Dead 2 and talk more about that. Even this will probably get chopped way down for YouTube. You guys want to know about it. But Friday, it's going to be published on YouTube on our Funhaus channel. That'll be the shorter, compactor version of it for the YouTube audience because, you know, they're a little attention deficit. I like to scramble around. So that's essentially where it goes. I mean, come on, whatever. YouTube people, they already closed the tab. Who gives a shit? Now, about the show itself. Just wanted to tell you guys what we're aiming for here, creatively speaking. So the tone of the coverage is going to be serious about the actual reporting. We're going to get facts right, names right, data right, because that's people's jobs and people's livelihoods, and we respect that. We're not going to take anything else seriously, because this is fucking video games, and it should be fucking fun, and that's what we're going to have. Thank you. Yeah, and what's the goal of our reporting? We just want to entertain, maybe educate a little bit, have some fun, and celebrate games. That's what it's all about. We're just going to have fun here and enjoy games and hopefully get everyone on board with it. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think. Games are about fun. They're also about community. We want everybody involved. So I'll read the comments. It'll kill me, but I'll do it. Are they playing Tetris yet? Oh, they're just
Talking about games.
Matt, get up here. Come on, Matt. Matt.
Don't make Matt do things.
Don't make
Moving so
Matt
slowly.
do things.
Let's get everybody in here. Come on. Everybody should gather around the Tetris fire.
Are we done masturbating yet?
A little bit, almost. Here he comes.
Hey.
Oh,
There
sorry.
it is. The whole team
There's that guy.
this week.
Yeah, we got 1 week. We're gonna get canceled, so
No, we'll be here forever.
not renewed.
Lawrence, you got to play Hitman 2 recently. What's up with that?
So we talked a little bit about it on the podcast, but there's another mode that the embargo just came up on. It's Ghost mode. So this is competitive multiplayer in Hitman. When I heard about this, I immediately thought, oh, it's like Assassin's Creed, right? You're two 47s. Sort of. It's a different spin. Basically, there's two 47s in one level, but each has their own instance of that level. So if the person you're playing against starts like shooting everyone and alerting everyone, that won't happen in your game. All you'll see is him freaking out and trying to snap necks. So the way the mode works is that in this level of all the single player levels, it'll spawn a target somewhere. You and your competitor have to get to that target and kill them without being seen. And you're racing to do it, basically.
Interesting.
If you can do it, if you like snap a neck and no one sees you, there's like a little countdown of like whether or not you're detected. If you can snap a neck, like 3 seconds goes by, you get a point. Then the other player is warned. You have 20 seconds to now find this target and kill them, or you move on to the next round. And if you get them, then you get a point too, and you keep it even.
So it's like taking the challenge modes but making you both play them at the same time, basically.
Exactly.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's neat. It creates a lot of high tension moments and stuff like that. Also, if you kill anyone other than the target, you lose a point.
Yeah.
So you have to be really clean, you have to be really fast and efficient, you have to be really aware of everything around you. And there's another mechanic. There's something called ghost coins. So in the normal campaign, you have coins, right? You just throw them, it makes a sound, distracts an NPC. Normally, you cannot influence the other player's game, but if you throw a ghost coin, that lands in the other person's instance, basically.
Ooh.
So if somebody's sneaking up on your target, you can huck a coin, guards will turn, see that person, and then you can throw them off a little bit.
So does that mean you will know where the person is?
You see them at all times.
Oh, I
You
see.
see the other 47 is like this creepy white ghost 47.
Got it.
So if you're both converging at the same time, you can just throw a coin on the ground. Guards might turn an alert on them, leaving you an open track. to go
That's
and kill
really
the
cool.
person. Yeah, it was really fun. It's really tense. There were a lot of moments where I thought I was doing great, and then I got a warning, boom, like your competitor has killed the target, and now you have 20 seconds to be like, shit. So you gotta like find a disguise, get through an area, snap a neck, try to catch up. And it does go to shit pretty quickly, because once being rushed makes you make mistakes, and then in Hitman, those mistakes pile on. So
Yeah.
once people are suspicious of you, they're more likely to spot you, and it's just this cool escalation game. It starts off so like tactical and slow, and
then
before
you
long
start
I'm just
screwing
like,
up and you're just like,
it's just
"Oh,
guns
damn it."
everywhere and piles of bodies. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So it's fun, and I think that
excited
plays
about
into it plays into like the morose comedy of Hitman too, because like I'm a weird little
You
chicken
can
man.
hit people with fish in that level. It's great, and I think it's cool because this one's not episodic. Obviously, the last one was. I think they changed publisher as well, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's an exciting time for Hitman.
Yeah, they're
I
with
think.
Warner now. Absolutely. And you can play on all the levels, and they have all the levels from Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 as well. So I am excited to try to make content with this, to be honest. I think it's gonna be fun.
Get a lot of gameplays out of that.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of screaming, a lot of neck snapping, a lot of hitting people with fish.
Bring it on.
Yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for inviting us to the preview. Look forward to Hitman 2. So just as a brief aside, I'm gonna throw this up here. I got to go to a preview event for Hitman 2. I'm gonna put that gameplay footage back here. I'll talk more in depth about it in a minute.
Hitman monkey. You get the monkey carries your briefcase when you need things. He pops it open, hands you your silencer and what have
Whoever
you.
suspects the monkey.
I like that a lot.
Because Hitman's all about like trying to sneak in items and stuff. You got to get them through getting fridge.